Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a game between Hopestar versus Melody here on Last Refuge. We are going to have an Undead versus Undead, and I generally try to stay away from these games where it's Undead versus Undead, and I also can't read the names. But from what I can tell, if the website is accurate, Hopestar is purple, meanwhile Melody is red. So I'm just going to be referring to them as red and purple throughout this matchup. If they do end up switching their races or switching their colors in the next game, well, that's just going to be even more confusing for me as things do get underway. Now, let's go ahead and make sure that I am recording everything correctly. Yes, I am. Always want to do that in the middle of a cast just because sometimes I forget to, and then I absolutely waste 30 minutes. All right, here we go. We are taking a look at the red undead player on the bottom left-hand side of Last Refuge. This is EWC or EWCL, and I believe this is a best of 3 series. You're going to see the acolytes now just wander around here, and I'm really curious as to what type of strategies and openings we'll see. Death Knight or Lich, both of them are very, very common. And it looks as though the red undead player is going to be going for a Death Knight first. Meanwhile, it is going to be a Lich coming out from the purple undead. Undead versus undead. Death Knight versus the Lich, and one of the benefits of the Lich is that he cannot get nuked. Normally, any intelligence hero will normally get nuked a lot by that undead Death Knight. However, that Death Knight cannot nuke a fellow undead even if it is on the opposing team, so it also gives a little bit of protection as well. Alright, we're going to see that Acolyte just wander around here, and oh, what is happening? The Acolyte does get taken down, and now you can see that this Ghoul is taking a little bit of damage as well, as he is going to be heading back to get a little bit of lumber. Alright, oh, the Forest Troll Shadow Priest really doesn't like that Ghoul. What is happening here as the Ogre Mauler makes his way over and decides to head back home? Alright, Death Knight already out on the field, does have a Rod of Necromancy. Meanwhile, we could be looking at a Rod of Necromancy on that Lich, as it would give him a little bit more beefiness to creep out, and also would really benefit him because he can use Dark Ritual in order to get extra mana. More mana on a Lich is very, very useful. As you can see that this low hit point Ghoul is going to have to run all the way back home, down to 46 hit points, and now regenerating rather quickly on Blight. There you go, going after those units there, and what was this? That was an interesting strategy, purposely leaving the Acolyte's body over by the Ogre Mauler and that Creep Camp, making it difficult for that Creep Camp to really do anything. You can see that the Acolytes now, or the Ghouls, now going to be going after those skeletal minions, but there's already a Nerubian tower up, and the purple army just seems so strong. I cannot believe that red is going to be able to do anything here. Meanwhile, we can see another charge Rod of Necromancy now coming in. Where is that Lich? The Lich is moving out by his lonesome self with an additional Ghoul as well, and this Lich could be dealing a lot of damage in just a moment. We'll have to follow up and see. Alright, let's take a look. The Lich is now down over here. Is it going to try and make a play? There is a Nerubian tower and a Spirit tower currently being constructed. Both sides are not going to be able to get in a lot of harassment here. You can see once that Spirit tower is up, which it is very, very close to being up, that damage would just simply be too high. However, the Lich does get off a Frost Nova kill there. And now going to try to engage once more. No, not going to work at all, as the skeletal minions, even if they were brought back into play, you wouldn't see a Dark Ritual coming in there anytime soon. Back on the bottom left-hand side of the map, Spirit Tower is up 27 to 32 damage. One of the best towers in the game, as it already has fortified armor, and it also provides food. Coming back here, the Death Knight, is he going to try and creep? It looks like he's going to be doing a little bit of a creep run, as he is rather behind, sitting only at level 1. Meanwhile, that Lich should be getting to level 2 here momentarily. As you can see, the Ghouls are just going to town on this Murloc creep camp. Lich now waiting to perhaps get a little bit of mana, gonna be getting to level 2 right here. Picks up another Rod of Necromancy, and he's gonna use a Rod of Necromancy charge, perhaps then Dark Ritual, get some extra mana back onto that Lich very, very easily. There it goes, Slippers of Agility. And are we gonna be seeing that trick be used? No, it doesn't look like he's Dark Ritualing at all. Instead, he's just gonna straight up engage these units here. Forest Troll High Priest getting taken down very quickly. You can see that it's trying to heal back up. Not going to work. as the Forest Troll Trapper does go down. There's still a Forest Troll and a Troll, and a Forest Troll Tracker and a Forest Troll, which will be taken out very momentarily. Death Knight, plenty of mana to go for. Gonna try and engage here. Okay, gonna wake up the creeps, get taken down by them. And now we're gonna see an engagement here. Luckily for the red undead player, only an ensnare onto the skeletal minions. Perhaps that was purposeful. I'm only getting an ensnare there, as the Death Knight sitting now at level 2 should be very, very strong. Coming back in on the far side, though, the Lich is right there. The Lich pretty much has a free Crypt Fiend that it could try and take out, and that is going to be a lot of damage. However, a Death Coil does save that unit. There's a Frost Nova, though. I believe that Frost Nova needed to come in just a little bit sooner, and one more shot could do it. Oh, a long distance shot there. The Lich gets another shot there, and that was a huge shot. There's another Death Coil, and wow, that Lich does have another round of Frost Novas to go. There it goes as well, and that Death Knight losing a lot of Crypt Fiends to that Lich. That Lich with that Frost Nova so strong as a Crypt Fiend. I do believe, no, the Death Knight did not get the kill there. The ghouls are all just running back now. And what is going to be happening, as you can see, that this ghoul is trying to get away down to 29 hit points, and it looks like it will be able to escape once more. Lich going to try and engage again. The Lich is also benefiting a little bit from this Blight. He's purposely standing on the Blight as long as possible. And what is happening next? Going after some of those units. There's another Dark Ritual, and is he going to get off another kill onto a Crypt Fiend? He could be able to do exactly that. You can see that there is that Sentry Ward right there. The Death Knight does not have enough for... Oh, there's the Frost Nova, beautifully timed. Getting the Frost Nova right as the hit would go down, and the Death Knight unable to Death Coil, as we are now about to tech to Halls of the Dead. I have not seen a single level 3 Lich be that successful so far in just being able to dominate the field. You can see that the Lich is just winning out this war just by his lonesome self and of Rada Necromancy. So who knew a Lich with a magical rod that can summon skeletons would be so strong against his own brethren there, as the Acolytes, or sorry, the Ogre Magi just taking down a Crypt Fiend down to 103 hit points. The Lich, if he comes back around, should be able to get a free shot on it, but I do not believe that this Crypt Fiend is gonna be in harm's way. Lich now looking to back off, does have Boots of Speed, could place down another Sentry Ward here in just a moment. Needs to perhaps just get another fair bit of mana once more. Once a Lich, however, hits level 4, that mana regeneration off of that Dark Ritual is simply too much. There's a shot there, there's another shot there, and you can see that the Lich is just getting free experience at this point, getting another 3 skeleton kills. And now wandering around here, the Lich has to be extremely careful, though. It is slower than that Death Knight, and now gets off some shots once again. However, what is going on here? There's a Sentry Ward now being placed down, as the Lich is backing off. All right, Death Knight now creeping by his ghouls here. He should be able to creep out this creep camp pretty quickly. There goes a low hit point ghoul. It's going to back off just in time. No, not going to back off, but still not getting focused down at all, as the Ogre Magi instead gonna get focused down here in just a moment. All right, all these ghouls need to back off here. You can see that the Death Knight does have a potion of invulnerability. Meanwhile, this Lich has been just doing a good job of constant harassment, taking down all of these units here. And the skeletal minions trying to make their way over, trying to scout out what this Lich is doing, only to see that it's going to give more and more experience slowly but surely to this Lich. You can see that Lich is down to 200 hit points, but he doesn't really care. He is just going to get off some more shots onto those units there, and it's going to get taken down once again. All right, are we going to see a Rada Necromancy charge? Are we going to see a Dark Ritual? We could be seeing that in just a moment. The Death Knight could Death Coil here, and there we are. There's the engagement. Orb of Corruption already on the Lich, as we are already at Black Citadel by the purple undead. Meanwhile, the red undead about to finish Black Citadel as well. We are trying to figure out what he's doing. He is a bit behind. He should be getting a Lich of his own. Lich of his own is now being trained, and he may be able to pick up a Orb of Corruption the moment it is out. But what is this? We are going into a third hero, the undead, purple undead, quickly going into a Dark Ranger as well. That is a very nasty 1-2-3 punch, as even the skeletal minions of the Dark Ranger would be sacrificial. All right, let's continue this fight here. You can see that the Lich is going to get focused down a bit off down to the south. We are still trying to fight this. Death Knight perhaps needs to heal up more of his own units, as he's not going to be able to Death Coil any of his opponent's units. and this fight is still going on strong. Destroyer now up in the air. It looks as though, yes, there goes an obsidian statue, and that was a rather one-sided fight. A beautiful micro by the Lich at level 2 got him to level 3 extremely quickly, and it now gives him a 1-0 lead. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1 between Hopestar and Melody. I believe Hopestar took game 1 in this series.